It's a beautiful autumn night here in Calgary as we get set for the final week of preseason, a big week for these guys. Key decisions will be made. Martin Jones will get the start and goal in a building where he played his junior hockey. Shane Wright will get a couple of NHLers again on the left and the right side to see what he can do as we get set for preseason game number 5 inside the Saddle Dome, the Seattle Kraken and the Calgary Flames. Good evening, everybody. John Forsland, JT Brown, great to be back with you. And partner, we're getting down to it here.
Yeah, we're getting closer to that, first game in Anaheim. The rosters are getting cut. There's still a lot of tough decisions left for management going forward. A lot of the younger players sent back to juniors, players being sent down to the minor leagues. There's only 2 dress rehearsals left to make that lasting impression.
All right, let's check out the lineup tonight for Dave Haxtell. We should point out Yanni Gourde has a non-COVID illness, was scheduled to play, will not. Ryan Donato bumps up in his place. Morgan Geekie draws in. Big night for Calgary native Riker Evans on the back end as we complete the lineup. And JT, let's talk about the execution in terms of goal scoring here in the preseason.
Well, we've seen some really good goals so far this preseason. It just shows how quickly these guys are getting comfortable with each other. They're learning the tendencies of their line mates. Obviously, we see pretty goals like the Donato one. You look at Beniers, again, in a good spot and location, ready to shoot. But it just shows to me that these guys are starting to learn from each other very quickly.
Matty Beniers scored again Saturday night. He has 2 in exhibition play. So let me ask you, what's different from a season ago in his audition?
Well, when you looked at those first games he got to play, I thought Beniers did really well. He hasn't missed a beat coming into this preseason. It looks to me like he's ready for a full 82-game season. I like that he's always ready when that puck comes to him. He knows exactly what he's going to do.
One of those players looking to earn a job here at a great game in Calgary, rather in Vancouver last week, is John Hayden. And John is standing by with Piper Shaw.
John, what kind of a statement are you hoping to make in these final 2 preseason games?
Yeah, I think just from a team standpoint, we want to up the competitiveness a little bit for 60 minutes. There's been some stretches of really good hockey. We want to play more of a complete game now.
How important is versatility to you in not only the situations that you can play in, but also the teammates that you can play with?
Yeah, it's critical. I want to play up and down the lineup. I don't want to make the team for one reason. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next couple games.
You've played with a few other teams in the league before you came to Seattle. What have your thoughts been about kind of the team dynamic and the systems that they play in here?
Yeah, first of all, the city's awesome. Yeah, it's a great start. Exploring the city, great people. The fans have been awesome. I remember that from playing in Seattle last year for 1 game. And then there's great mojo in the locker room, staff, players, everyone's having a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll see if he can back up that performance in Vancouver tonight here in Calgary against a team that won the division last year with 111 points and then all kinds of news during the offseason. Johnny Gaudreau walked in free agency, went to Columbus. Matthew Tkachuk was traded out of here to Florida for Jonathan Huberdeau, Mackenzie Weegar, and other pieces too. And then Nazem Kadri was signed as a free agent. Let's talk about the brand new 91 in Calgary Red. What a signing.
Well, there's no way around it. Calgary definitely lost a lot this offseason, but they gained a lot too. This is a great signing. I think he was the number 2 free agent. When you look at the players that were available, he's coming off of a career season with 87 points. He's a guy that really solidifies that number 2 center spot for Calgary.
Martin Jones spent 4 seasons as a junior hockey player in the Western Hockey League here in Cowtown. He gets the start tonight, and he has been rock solid in the preseason for the Kraken. It's the Seattle Kraken and the Calgary Flames straight ahead on Kong. If preseason is any indication, then year 2 will be a lot of fun for Kraken fans. The goals have come in droves. The D's stood tall time and time again. And now the decisions will be tough for Dave Haxtell and company. As the roster inches closer to being set, the Kraken have 2 final tune-ups to get ready for opening night. A 2-game swing through Alberta starts tonight in Calgary against last year's Pacific champs. Preseason game number 5 from the Saddle Dome is next on Kong. Well, come on in and join us for this one. Preseason game number 5. Martin Jones, as we cataloged earlier, 35 games with Philadelphia, gets the starting nod, scheduled to go the distance here tonight. And Jacob Markstrom the #1 goaltender for the Flames, will get his first nod of preseason. What did he do last season? Well, he was a finalist for the Vezina Trophy, played 63 games, won 37 of those, and had 9 shutouts. Dave Haxtell has basically an NHL-ready lineup. His team will spend the week in Alberta. They will bond for 3 days before Edmonton on Friday. Daryl Sutter is the NHL's reigning Coach of the Year. He looks a little anxious. He always is. Sit back and enjoy this one from the Saddledome. Off the draw, Nazem Kadri gets to it. It goes off Matty Beniers in the screen. 9 seconds in, we get our first stoppage.
This is definitely an exciting matchup to watch. Calgary also has a very good roster in tonight. You look at their defensive core, it might be one of the stronger defensive cores that Seattle's had to face so far this preseason.
For Calgary, basically their lineup without their first line of Elias Lindholm, Jonathan Huberdeau, and Tyler Toffoli. Beniers out to center, guarded by Kadri. This is Andrei Burakovsky. He'll button hook. He's hassled there by Noah Hannafin. Jamie Oleksiak gets to it. He'll feed it in. Seattle 4-0 on preseason. Christopher Tanev, the older brother of Brandon, out to center. Brandon not in the lineup for the Kraken tonight. Kadri now cuts on the off wing, broken up, and Cale Fleury will take over. Fleury moves it across for 19-year-old Matty Beniers, who has 2 goals on preseason. Dropped off for Fleury. Oliver Bjorkstrand was taken down that time by Nikita Zadorov as it kicks around center. A steal. Alex Wenberg carries in, but Bjorkstrand was trapped offside, and we get a stoppage.
That was a heavy hit there by Zadorov. 6'6", 235. You got to keep your head up when he's out there. He's always looking for that big body check.
The line for the Kraken is Wenberg, Ryan Donato, and Oliver Bjorkstrand, with Fleury and Vince Dunn on the back end. Mackenzie Weegar, acquired along with Huberdeau from Florida in the big, and I mean big, Matthew Tkachuk trade during the summer. Weegar on the verge of possibly signing a contract extension.
Well, that's big. It's definitely a big trade. You want to be able to sign those guys. They've already taken care of the Huberdeau contract, but you want to extend Weegar. You want him to be there long-term as well.
Absolutely. Wenberg now crossing sticks with Michael Backlund. This is his 14th season with Calgary. Backlund, he'll draw it back. Weegar in control, hassled on the forecheck by Wenberg. You see it come out to center. Kevin Rooney, a newcomer, the last 2 seasons with the New York Rangers. He'll dump it in. Ryan Donato takes over. Will play it along the boards by Bjorkstrand, kicked along by Zadorov. The scrum, Rooney got to it. He played college hockey with Brandon Tanev at Providence. They won a national title. Jones says no, and a weak shot by Blake Coleman. Backlund goes low to high. Held in by Connor Mackey to the corner. Blake Coleman beats it off Cale Fleury's stick. Milan Lucic in back of the goal. Backlund for Coleman. Chipped wide. Michael Stone gets to it. Now Coleman looks around. Stone with a big shot wide of the stick side of Jones. And now it goes deeper in Seattle ice. Alex Wenberg will drop it off for Cale Fleury. And the Kraken start a breakout. Ryan Donato gapping up Michael Stone on him. And the Flames will dump it in. Calgary won 50 games, 111 points last season, 25 at home. It's played all the way around. Noah Hannafin will creep in, play it deeper now, out of the corner. Calgary looks to establish a cycle. Trevor Lewis goes down. Jordan Eberle tried to get out. Cody Eakin for Tanev, right in. His shot goes off a stick high off Cale Fleury. Lucic out of the corner. Trevor Lewis, he'll work it downstairs. Hannafin off the shin guard of Eberle. Drawn along by Lewis. Moving in is Christopher Tanev. Out in front, fanned on by Lucic. Eberle has a tough time working it out. Lucic will seal the wall for the Flames. And now it's fed in by Adam Ruzicka. Brett Ritchie now, 24 in the bright red. It was off the stick of Jared McCann, and it comes all the way back in the Flame zone.
A lot of pressure there from Calgary. That was an extended shift in Seattle's D zone with a couple of good opportunities.
Mackenzie Weegar, a handoff for Ritchie from well out, no problem for Jones. He'll direct it to the end board. Riker Evans, Calgary native out there. His family is here tonight. What a night for that youngster. Now Carson Kuhlman moves it by Zadorov. Weegar tight turning back in his own zone. He'll play it along for Sonny Milano, who's here in a tryout, trying to earn a contract. Icing is called here against Calgary.
Calgary had a couple of good opportunities on this shift. Right out in front is Lucic. He's going to find right in the middle, going back down. Coleman just misses the net wide. Jones in a tough position there, doesn't see the puck coming from behind. And another good opportunity on the backside. Lucic just doesn't able to get his stick on it, a little bit too outside of his reach. But again, would have had an empty 4x6 if that's on the tape.
Weegar now flushed out a bit by Wenberg, who lost the draw. Carson Soucy paired on defense tonight with Jamie Oleksiak. Bjorkstrand will swing it in by Markstrom. A failure to contain by him. Wenberg spins away from Kadri. Maintains control. Cycles out with it. Alex Wenberg drops it off for Soucy. To the goal line and out it's Bjorkstrand. Moving up is Oleksiak. Good check that time by Dylan Dubé on him. Along the boards now, Oleksiak tries to mark it there. He tries to fork it by Weegar. Zadorov has time. Nikita Zadorov. Andrew Mangiapane at 35 goals, a breakout year for Calgary a season ago. Nazem Kadri hits a trailer, but outside the blue line, it's Connor Mackey on a change, so Calgary will tag up. Just over 4 minutes gone in the opening period of preseason game number 5 for the Seattle Kraken. Will be in Edmonton on Friday. Laid along the boards, a pinch by Calgary's Mackey. Burakovsky for Beniers, he'll take it back. Forechecked by Michael Backlund. The Kraken now trying to break it out of their own territory. Borgen retries it here with Burakovsky. He'll start his engine. Andre Burakovsky off a stick. Cross corner dump in. Mackey is back first. Forecheck by Beniers, then Schwartz. Burakovsky gets to it. Back it goes. Riker Evans. This way for Will Borgen. Borgen off a defensive stick. Cycling out is Schwartz. Stolen by Kevin Rooney. And the Flames now reset the table. It's cleared through center. The Kraken jump on it. In the person of Matty Beniers, but Burakovsky is offside. We get a stoppage.
Again, we're getting a look at a good Calgary team. They're making it hard to get through the neutral zone with possession. We've seen a couple of chances where Seattle has to dump the puck, and then they're the first to get back to it. So again, watch that as we go, because this is a good defensive core you're seeing from Calgary to see if Seattle can try to break that pressure in the neutral zone.
That's the thing, right? With Calgary, they had Johnny Gaudreau here. Elias Lindholm had a 40-goal season. Matthew Tkachuk, that was one of the best lines in the entire league. But defensively, with their goaltending, that's what they're really all about.
It makes them incredibly hard to play against when they can score goals in bunches, but then they also have the defensive ability to stop you as well. Definitely don't want to see that track meet just going back and forth with a team like that.
They lost in the second round to Edmonton, who lost to the eventual Stanley Cup winner Colorado. Hanifin shot through a screen wide. Tanev now down the wall. A pinch here on Jared McCann. They tie it up. Lucic won a Stanley Cup with Boston in 2011. This is Noah Hanifin, Boston native, at the point. He'll feed it in. Lucic, flustered by Vince Dunn. Out of the scrum, it's free. McCann will get to it. 27 goals last season. That led Seattle. Now Jordan Eberle moves it back on a change for Cale Fleury. He'll wait for the completed change. Feed it along for Carson Soucy. Little chip and charge by Morgan Geekie. John Hayden goes to work. Carson Kuhlman protects the puck away from Big Ruzicka. And now the Flames have it. Ritchie, a lead pass for Milano, broken up. Turned back in the zone by Carson Kuhlman. Markstrom has to wait in the trapezoid. Pestered by Kuhlman, who goes down. Here's a pinch by Oleksiak. He forgot the puck, but he's helped out by Hayden. Now Geekie in back of the goal eludes the referee. John Hayden lends support off the pad of Markstrom, and the Flames will maintain control. And off John Hayden again out to center. Milano, good play at the line by Soucy. He'll move it by Morgan Geekie, and Michael Stone will get to it. Just about 7 minutes gone in the opening period. 3 shots for Calgary, make it 4. That time Kadri on Jones. The Kraken have 1 on Markstrom. Will Borgen tries the other side. Riker Evans off a stick. Flames are onside. Mangiapane spun off it by Borgen. A good play. The Kraken get to it. Bjorkstrand back out to the center zone. Michael Stone with an aerial flip. Borgen's corner. Will's on it. He'll brace for forechecking from Mangiapane. Riker Evans feels the heat of Dylan Dubé now. Tanev right on, a stick save and a cover by Martin Jones. 12 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the opening period here in Cowtown, as they call it. A beautiful night in Calgary. We're goalless. Well, big news on Saturday night. Our producer, Ryan Shaber, said, hey, in case anybody missed it, how can you miss this? The debut of Bowie, surprising Piper Shaw, and then this landmark achievement in broadcasting that will go into the annals of history. What do you think, JT?
Hey, I like Bowie. Didn't talk very much, but I like Bowie.
That's not a bad thing. We had a great visit. He's all over town this week. Do you see his itinerary?
So I'm on the Space Needle, I think it was.
Yeah, he had about 3 or 4 stops today. Hopefully, he's watching the game, right? That's vitally important, especially for ratings. Now, Coleman out in front, broken up. Beniers now will take it to the outside. It goes by Schwartz. Tanev in control. His shot blocked the stinger off Beniers. He's injured, and Tanev scores on the follow-up. Matty Beniers limping around. Christopher Tanev has scored, and the Calgary Flames have the early jump.
And that's a tough one for Beniers. He does the right thing. He's in the lane, is able to block the shot, but it just goes right back to Tanev. A little bit of a screen out there in front. Again, the first, and he takes a hit trying to get the puck out. Tanev's first shot right in the lane. Sacrifices his body, but the puck goes right back to Tanev. He's able to beat Jones on that low blocker side.
More concerning for the Kraken is the injury status of Matty Beniers, who remains on the bench. As we see here, let's hope for good news now. Alexiak tries to clear Zadorov. Had save a big rebound, and Jones got the follow-up off Cody Eakin. Zadorov shot blocked by Shane Wright. McCann tries to spin it out. Lucic will keep the flow going for Calgary. Carson Soucy to the wall for Jordan Eberle. Kicked out to center by Seattle's Shane Wright, the 18-year-old. Now it's rimmed in for a change by Calgary. Alexiak this way for Jordan Eberle. Nice cut in half by Sonny Milano. Connor Mackey takes over. Milano plays it off the boards to himself. He's dogged by Eberle. Shane Wright trying to poke it out. The Flames have it. Milano. A little shoot around. To the far side, Stone. A heavy shot. Jones got a piece of it and directs it out of play.
Get a quick look at Beniers. Don't know exactly where that puck hit him, but you can see him testing it out on the benches there.
See the medical men, Mike Bowie, Justin Rogers. And the obvious concern everybody has right now.
Cole Harding, too.
Yes. And he's not on the bench, right?
He's right behind.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see him. You made my night. Out to center, Kuhlman now through the middle. John Hayden. He'll play it along. Carson Kuhlman goes deep in the zone. He retrieves it. Nobody home out in front. Riker Evans cuts it off the posterior side of Milano. Adam Ruzicka finished off in a hard way by Morgan Geekie. Evans reverses for Will Borgen. Borgen now starts out. Calgary, good defensive positioning through center. Riker Evans goes wide of Tanev to the corner. Christopher Tanev got a stick to it. Nazem Kadri now to center. What a season he had last year with Colorado. Dubé just by Noah Hannafin. The Kraken jump on it. Cale Fleury has a tough time because of that break play by Kadri. Now Tanev to the corner. Move it along on a cycle. Nazem Kadri up top. One-timer. Tanev blocked by John Hayden. And it comes all the way back in the Calgary zone. Christopher Tanev now will start the breakout. He'll lug it out through center. He'll play it to an open corner. Kraken get to it in the person of Cale Fleury. Moving it by Mangiapane. Bjorkstrand gave it away. Backlund, a one-toucher. Zadorov. He'll walk the line off a stick. Off Bjorkstrand. Backlund in back of the goal. To the outside it goes. Here's Weegar at the point. He'll defer off for Backlund, who sends it in. Out in front. A chance for Weegar. Was blocked. It never got to Jones. Now another steal by the Flames. Rooney shot denied by Martin Jones. A quality save there, and the Kraken get it out. Christopher Tanev's goal, his first of preseason, unassisted at 7:44. Matty Beniers back on the ice for the Kraken. It's good news. 9:20 left to go in the opening period. And we'll take a look at that injury to Beniers from high above.
Again, you're going to see this shot. Beniers just gets himself into the lane. Knows he can't get out there to block that shot any further, so he stays right in that position, sacrifices his body a little bit. Again, that's a tough play when it just goes right back to the defenseman. You know, I've blocked a lot of shots when I played too. It definitely hurts, but there's nothing worse than seeing that puck go right back to him.
And if possession, for our new fans, if possession goes to the opponent's side, in a situation like that, it has to be an injury of catastrophic proportion until there's a change of possession for the referee to blow it dead. Connor Mackey now will get to it. Mackey along the board, settled up nicely by Matty Beniers. Jaden Schwartz had it, he lost it. The Kraken jump on it. It's Burakovsky. He'll stop on a dime. Draw it in now on Cody Eakin. Out of the corner. They'll move it along for Beniers. He's pinned up against the wall by Mackey. He survives it. Jaden Schwartz with a shot in front of Burakovsky. What a save! Markstrom leashing out with the right pad on Andre Burakovsky. And it comes out to center. 8:27 left in the opening period. 1-0 Calgary. Will Borgen looks it over. Played across for Riker Evans. Second round pick in the Kraken's first ever draft. 35th overall. Milan Lucic with his back to the play. Gets help from Ruzicka. Tannen moves it along. Trevor Lewis won 2 Stanley Cups in LA with Daryl Sutter. Lucic, Ruzicka all the way around. It's Tanev. They look around to the outside again. Trevor Lewis. He takes a heavy hit from Riker Evans. Noah Hannafin, no tip available for Lewis. Jared McCann gets to it. They'll lay it back for Will Borgen, who accelerates out to center. Hands it off to Eberle, back for Borgen. Cleaned up by Uyghur. They'll move it out. It'll come all the way back, as we see, in the Seattle zone for icing.
Seattle's starting to get a little bit more of those offensive chances. Burakovsky with the best chance so far for Seattle, just hanging around in front of the net. Good play by Schwartz to throw it. He's all alone. He bobbled the puck just once. That gave Stone enough time to try to get back and force a play here, but a good save by Markstrom on that blocker side.
We pointed out at the top what a season he had last year. Fleury with a shot tipped wide by John Hayden. Vince Dunn. Carson Kuhlman tries to power out in front. The Flames attempt to get to it. Kuhlman now plays it along for Dunn, anticipating. All alone is Kuhlman. He'll delay. Markstrom down and out with a blocker and stick. And a follow-up with his pad. As he's putting on a show right now. As the Kraken knock on the door again.
It's a really good sign. That's back-to-back shifts, though, for Seattle with a great offensive opportunity.
Jones now will settle it down for Dunn. Here's Fleury. They'll move it across off the window. Michael Backlund for the Flames. Turns it off the end boards and a freeze for Martin Jones. But his counterpart at the other end has been rock solid early with a couple of highlight reel saves, albeit in preseason. Jacob Markstrom. Carson Kuhlman had him dead to rights. We stress, had him.
Yeah, the whole group's been super helpful. I'm learning a lot from everybody. There's not just one person, but everybody's kind of throwing their knowledge in there. And I've been picking lots of guys' brains about the system because they've been here for a full year now, so they kind of got the hang of things. So just picking that and then applying it to the game on the ice just to make things a lot easier for the both of us on the ice.
Well, what a night for Riker Evans in his hometown. There's his family. And he's looking to earn a spot. I'll tell you what, he's looked great so far.
Yeah, you look at the 2 preseason games he's been in. He's been strong defensively, physical, but again, getting to learn and getting to watch, even just practices with guys who have been in the NHL for a long time is invaluable for his development.
Riker's final season of junior hockey with Regina, 14 goals, 61 points in 63 games as a defenseman. 35th overall pick in the 21 draft. Born here in Calgary. Noah Hannafin clears it in. Out of the corner. Oleksiak for the Kraken. Ryan Donato swooping back. Here's Bjorkstrand, pickpocketed by Backlund. And Bjorkstrand does the same to him. Oliver takes it back, restarts. 6:12 left to go the opening period. John Forsland, JT Brown, Piper Shaw. Supported by our great crew tonight here on Kong from the Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. Stretch pass finding Carson Kuhlman. Kuhlman in on Uyghur. Interference from the referee, obviously not a penalty. Now out of the corner, Ruzicka moved along. Sonny Milano sets up Mackenzie Weegar, and it's flung in by Calgary's Brett Ritchie. Morgan in control to the wall. Milano reads it. He'll move it deeper in Kraken ice. Weegar tees it up off the glove of Martin Jones, left and back of the goal. Milano, Ritchie, 15 is Milano, 24 is Ritchie. Now Zadorov at the point. He'll move it. Out of the corner, Ritchie, shot by Ruzicka, goes wide. Mackenzie Weegar gets to it. Good possession time here for Calgary. Sonny Milano floats it off the end boards intentionally. Morgan, dogged on the forecheck. Tough time for Will working it up the ice. Milano sends it all the way around. Riker Evans on his horse will push it, but it's held in by Cody Eakin. Played off the boards again. Eakin is fresh on a change. He too on a PTO trying to earn a job, and a PTO for our new fans is a pro tryout. No contract. Now Riker Evans moves it along for Will Borgen. Borgen out to center. This is Carson Kuhlman. And Calgary has numbers right there, so he dumps it in. Goes all the way around on a change. Andre Burakovsky. It squirts out. Connor Mackey will take over. Will take a heavy hit that time from Matty Beniers. Cody Eakin will slingshot it back. Tough play for Michael Stone under duress. Good play by Beniers. He's got it. And it goes off the stick of Stone. He'll move it for Mackey. He'll try this side. Milan Lucic lays it out to center. Andrew Mangiapane over the line. Vince Dunn is back. No quarter given by Dunn. Nice back check by Beniers. He'll tight turn it back in his own zone. Just about 16 minutes gone in the opening period. Noah Hannafin was the 5th overall pick in 2015, selected by Ron Francis, who was then the GM of Carolina. Comes out to center. Matty Beniers in control. Hannafin moves it along. Played by Calgary's Dylan Dubé. Hannafin one more time. Here's Kadri. Mangiapane for the front. Kadri goes deep. Andrew Mangiapane given a shove by Matty Beniers. Hannafin swings it. Nobody home out in front. Here's Kadri for the Flames. Stumbling on his own accord. He'll play it this way. And the Kraken get to it. In control, Vince Dunn. By Burakovsky, stolen by Zadorov. A transition, Dubé with a shot sealed off by Martin Jones. Now Michael Backlund back for Zadorov. In the skates of Blake Coleman. Who gets it now? He'll move it along by Michael Backlund. Vince Dunn defending for the Kraken. 3:13 left in the first. Good play in front by Shane Wright. Now Backlund holding onto it. He'll delay, saucer it for Zadorov. His shot tipped off the stick of Susie. In play, McCann moves it back all the way around for Jordan Eberle. Who pitchforks it out to center. Shane Wright gives chase. Kevin Rooney coming back for Calgary. Mackenzie Weegar, forechecked by Jordan Eberle. Now Kevin Rooney lugs it out. He's a native of Canton, Massachusetts. He'll feed it all the way in. Martin Jones will leave it there for Will Borgen. Under 3 minutes left in the first period. Preseason game number 5. The Kraken 4-0. Brett Ritchie out to center. A reset. It's Will Borgen. D-to-D with Riker Evans. They'll play it along for Donato. We'll get it deeper in the Flame zone. Bjorkstrand goes in. 9 shots for Calgary. 3 taken by Seattle. Here's Borgen. Bad save for Markstrom. Riker Evans up on the play. He ducks underneath the hit. Maintains control. Sets up Bjorkstrand, who deals it back for Borgen. Borgen now with a shot off net. Caught by Jacob Markstrom. 2:03 left to go in the opening period. And Christopher Tanev has the game's only goal for Calgary.
It's 1-0 here in the Saddle Dome between the Flames and the Kraken. Piper Shaw here with you. Yesterday, Kraken goaltender Chris Driedger launched a new initiative with the One Roof Foundation. It's called Driedger's Keepers. And essentially, Chris told our Allison Lucan that when he was growing up, the rink that he played at had goalie pads and gear available to kids in the community because goalie gear is very expensive and can keep kids away from trying out the position. So Driedger wanted to bring that same concept to the Kraken in KCI. So he auctioned off the pads he wore last season with the Kraken to get some goalie gear for kids that will be available to any kids at KCI who want to try the position out.
Well, Piper, that's Kraken hockey, right? Making a difference in the community. So important. And Chris is with the team. It's good to see him today. The Kraken will spend 3 days in a remote location bonding after this game. Before the game against Edmonton, we will tag along, by the way. Very nice of them to have us join the traveling party, but most importantly, to see Chris Drieger on the road with his teammates.
Yeah, it's a great initiative right there to be able to. We all know that hockey's a tough sport to get in, especially the goalie position. You know that, and be able to have that access. That's what's the key thing, especially with hockey being on the ice. It's already a hard sport to get into.
I raised a goalie. You're right, and we're not going to get into the finances of that whole thing. But that is a great initiative. Because kids want to be goaltenders at some. Did you ever want to be a goalie?
Yes, I did, until my best friend in a game before I was supposed to be a goalie got 10 goals, I think it was, put on him, and I said, no, that's not it.
That was enough for you. Which just showed again your intelligence and your outlook on life. You wanted to have a nice life. Arsen Soucy now in control. Goaltending, I'll tell you what, the utmost respect for all these guys that play it at every level. Not an easy position, and really nothing like it in sports. Soucy shot, angles off a body wide. Laid along the boards now. A keep by McCann. Screen shot, and it's caught by Markstrom with Eberle out in front.
That's 2 really good saves from Markstrom through screens. Seattle getting bodies in front of the net, but he's just fighting through it. A little bit of a back and forth there as well between Zadorov and Carson Soucy right there, excuse me. Again, there's the shot right out in front. Here's going to be the big hit that Zadorov took a little bit of an exception to right here. Nothing doing. Good on Soucy to walk away, but Markstrom being able to find those lanes even with bodies out in front.
Dan Vladar has had an excellent preseason, the other goaltender for Calgary. They had 11 team shutouts, 9 by Markstrom. Outstanding 1-2 punch in goal. Soucy out of the corner. It's by Bjorkstrand out to center. 15 seconds left in period 1. The guy who just shot it in, Christopher Tanev, has the game's only tally here so far. Scored at 7:44. Shots are 9 for Calgary. As comes out to center, and that's all for the first 20. So Christopher Tanev, the older brother of Seattle's Brandon Tanev, has the goal. Riker Evans at home. Good first period for him. The 20-year-old Martin Jones leads the way out. The Kraken have 2 games left in preseason, both on the road. And here in Calgary, after 20 minutes of play, on the goal by Calgary's number 8. The Flames have a 1-0 lead. Well, we told you during the first period what a great night it is for young Riker Evans. His family is here, and he's standing by with Piper Shaw.
Riker, Jacob Markstrom is one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. How can you guys keep bringing the pressure and challenging him more?
Yeah, we just got to get pucks in the net. We haven't got that many opportunities in the O-zone. We just got to test them. We haven't had enough shots, so just kind of throwing pucks his way, and that'll get us our chances.
You're a Calgary native. What does it mean to you to be playing an NHL game for the first time in your hometown?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I got to play in Edmonton, so just a couple family members ready to come, but I got lots of friends and family here, and playing in front of them on the big stage is pretty cool.
Have they said anything to you? Have you gotten to talk to them at all?
Yeah, I've talked on the phone with my parents quite a bit. They're excited, so I'll get to see them after the game.
All right, Riker, thanks for the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, no texting during the game, right? Parents know that. They know the code. There they are. What a great night here. Calgary has a 1-0 lead. Back with more from the Saddle Dome right after this. Welcome back inside Scotiabank Saddle Dome. Martin Jones gets ready for the second period. His team down 1-0. The numbers after 20 minutes. Calgary was accounted with 10 shots, 4 for the Kraken, 9 hits for Seattle in that period. The Kraken also had 8 blocks as opposed to 1 in front of Martin Jones. So what has to change for the Kraken here in the second?
I think you just got to have a little bit closer support through the neutral zone, a little bit less on the stretch passes, but also in that offensive zone. Make sure you try to maintain that 5 to 6 foot support. Calgary likes to jump on you quickly. You got to have someone to pass it to. Can't be too far spread out.
John Forsland, JT Brown, Piper Shaw, supported by our great crew from the Saddle Dome tonight. We'll be in Edmonton on Friday night. We'll kick it off at 6 p.m. Final preseason game against the Oilers. Second meeting with Edmonton in preseason. Kraken had a 3-0 win over the Oilers in game number 1. Second period of the long change. Martin Jones will clear it around a pitch by the game's goal scorer, Christopher Tanev. Now this is Andre Burakovsky dancing out to center ice. Broken up by Noah Hannafin. 2-on-1. Kadri with Mangiapane. Nazem Kadri. Great stick by Vince Dunn. The follow-up. Jones says no on the opportunity by the trailer, Dylan Dubé.
Calgary got another good bounce. It's a great defensive play from Vince Dunn. The sauce pass going over, bats it down right to Dubé though. Look at Martin Jones coming out over the top of the crease, cutting down the angle. Good save from him early here in the second period.
Nazem Kadri with 87 points in 71 games. Stellar playoff run. Had a very serious thumb injury, came back from it. They thought he was done. Scored a game-winning goal in the Cup final. Was cleared all the way in. Zadorov now moves it. Nice little read by Alex Wenberg. The Flames get it out though. Kevin Rooney. Ryan Donato sends it back for Carson Soucy, who zings it across for Bjorkstrand. Jamie Oleksiak will carry out. As we approach the 1-minute mark here in the second period, Oleksiak taken down by Zadorov. Weegar moves it. Oliver Bjorkstrand will get to it for Seattle. Good defensive stick by Michael Backlund, pushes it out to center where the Kraken dump it in. Mackenzie Weegar takes over. Offensive-minded defenseman, very good skater. Quality years with Florida, part of the big trade, sending Jonathan Huberdeau here in exchange for Matthew Tkachuk. Out to center. A reset by the Flames. Connor Mackey. Nice gap by Will Borgen. Will push the puck all the way back in Calgary ice. Michael Stone. Hassled by Eberle. Lucic turns it over. It's McCann. Jared McCann in front. Shane Wright. And his shot stopped by Jacob Markstrom. Shane Wright, an effort for his first pro goal now. Riker Evans will take it back in his own zone. They'll start a controlled breakout. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the second period. It's all the way back in Flames ice. Connor Mackey. They'll start Calgary's breakout. Michael Stone. The chip in charge by Sonny Milano. Jones moves it. Encumbering Soucy. Geeky in back of the goal. Forecheck by Ritchie. Spried out. Carson Kuhlman has control. Here come the Kraken out to center. Kuhlman now plays a little dump and chase. Christopher Tanev almost gave it away. Ritchie covers up. Milano. Ritchie by him on the back check. John Hayden. They'll send it in for the Kraken. Lay his whistle dead. An injured Kraken on the ice. It's Morgan Geeky as we see now, and he'll hobble off.
Take a look at this injury cutting across the ice. I believe it's Ruzicka that runs into him right there. Can't tell if he was able to get out of the way in time to not run into Geeky there. Wright also had a great opportunity just before that. McCann finds him. That quick little hit right to the front of the net. Good support though from Wright, finding an area where he's unmarked, unchecked in front of the net, just a little bit offside to the right, not quite in the wheelhouse to be able to get that one up over Markstrom's glove.
So Geeky obviously went down the runway to the room. Keep an eye out for his return possibly, or word on his status. 17:32 left in the second period. 1-0 Calgary. The Kraken will be here in early November. Start a 3-game road trip that'll see them go to Minnesota and Pittsburgh. Cale Fleury flips it out to center. On the down and out, Burakovsky. Tanev wins the race to the dot. That's icing, and a face-off in the Seattle zone.
Take one last look at this injury here for Geeky. Coming across, does not see that coming. A hit there. Ref's discretion there whether or not you want to call interference. It looks like Ruzicka at the last second tries, well, maybe doesn't try to get out of the way. A little bit of a moving pick there. Could have been called.
Off the draw, Beniers. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Out to center, Jaden Schwartz moves it across. Cale Fleury with a shot blocked by Trevor Lewis. Then he pays a heavy price. Finished off by Weegar and Lewis. Zadorov, forechecked by Jaden Schwartz. He'll drop it off. Cody Eakin steals it. Moves it by Schwartz. A zone keep by Oleksiak. Beniers for Schwartz off a stick. It went off Zadorov, and now Cody Eakin plays it off the window. Lucic Saddled up by Oleksiak, who drags it. Moves it. Schwartz right through the blue and out. Riker Evans from the point. Wide on the stick side. Here's Schwartz again. Jaden Schwartz to the slot. To the wall now. Beniers in back of the goal. Burakovsky out in front. He'll power out. It's support. Centering pass goes all the way across from Donato on a change. And Trevor Lewis will send it safely out with touch. No icing.
Much better shift from Seattle there. You're finding that support through the middle. Guys are close to make those easy 5 to 6 foot passes. It just helps your offense not stall out against the boards.
We'll see if the Kraken can build a game, as they say, as they go along here tonight. Out of the corner, Kevin Rooney, checked by Oliver Bjorkstrand. Oleksiak for the Kraken has a tough time with it. Backhand turns, good defensive stick by Riker Evans. A loose puck. Calgary's on it. Rooney with a shot wide of Jones. Connor Mackey will settle it down. Play it off the corner wall. It ricochets to Rooney. Evans with a steal for the Kraken, and he's saddled up by Michael Backlund, who wins the battle. He's got it. His shot through traffic off Kevin Rooney, who's occupied by Evans. A penalty upcoming here against Seattle as they touch up. It'll be Riker Evans that will take the slow skate all the way across.
Seattle 41, 2 minutes for high sticking.
There's a battle going back to the front of the net with Riker. He's trying to box out so that Jones is able to see, but the stick does come up just a little bit high, going to the front of the net. Just one of those things that you got to just make sure you're trying to box out. You got to get your stick out, but you got to make sure it doesn't come up around that chin area.
Chris Lee made the call. He's working tonight with Carter Sandlap. Calgary's power play number 10 out of 32 teams a season ago. Kadri, Uyghur. He'll orchestrate from the top. Kadri faking the one-timer. Looks it over. Good read by Carson Soucy to break it up. Short-handed breakout off Schwartz in on Markstrom. And Mackenzie Uyghur is on it. 30 seconds gone on the Kraken kill. First power play of this game for either side. Michael Stone. He has a big shot. Here's Uyghur. Little handoff for Mangiapane. A shoot in. Kadri, top of your screen. Dylan Dubé downstairs by Kadri. Wenberg tried to retrieve it. Out of the corner now. Cale Fleury is tied up. He'll protect the puck. He gets support from Alex Wenberg. Mangiapane deals it back. Stone now. Uyghur. Michael Stone. Hammers one. He scores! Michael Stone with a bomb from the top of the circle. Dylan Dubé was out in front. I'm not sure if he got a piece of it. It's a power play goal. It looks like it's Michael Stone's goal. And the Kraken are down by 2.
Well, that's one way to show when you're on a PTO. Try to get that roster spot. You're going to see him set up right in the zone. He is able to stop the puck, not a one-timer. That's how hard he shoots. Allowing the goalie to get set up, get a better angle right here. Head up, just rips it right off that glove side. Not sure if that was tipped or not. See if we can get a good look on this angle. No, I think that just went straight through.
Yep, straight through. Michael Stone. Brother Mark, captain of the Vegas Golden Knights. 2-0 Calgary. Power play goal. Shane Wright fries it away from Vince Dunn. Sets up Jordan Eberle. Through the center zone now. Played along by John Hayden. He loses control. Noah Hannafin deals it back for Tannen. Calgary now breaks it out. Chip in charge by Blake Coleman, a 2-time Stanley Cup winner with Tampa Bay, and a teammate there of Johnny Gores. Now along the boards, fumble by Dunn. He recovers, it goes off the stick of Hayden, helped out by Wright, off the stick of Eberle, in on Markstrom. Kicked along by Ruzicka, back out to center. John Hayden for Seattle, feeds it in by Markstrom. Goes all the way around, Mackenzie Uyghur will get to it. They'll turn away from Jaden Schwartz. 13:29 left in the second period. Beniers moves in with a steal. Matty Beniers to the outside of Zadorov. Morgan shot. A pad save by Markstrom. Riker Evans takes over. Stopping and starting. Evans out in front off Uyghur. Tied up a bit by Schwartz. Milano kicks it out. Ruzicka checked by Beniers. Schwartz taken down by Nikita Zadorov. They jam along the boards. Borgen steals the wall. Burakovsky with a shot off Beniers off the backside. Ruzicka tries to get it out. Ritchie will now as the Flames advance. And Zadorov with a shoot in that careens out of play. 12 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the second period. And the second goal of tonight's game comes off the stick of Michael Stone. You can skate where the Kraken skate. The Kraken Community Iceplex, the team's official practice facility. Public skating, stick and puck, drop-in hockey, and more. For all ages, all skill levels, everybody's welcome. For more information, visit KrakenCommunityIceplex.com. John, JT, and Piper back with you. Saddle Dome, Calgary. 2-0 Flames on goals by Christopher Tanev and a power play strike from Michael Stone. Shots are 12-7 Calgary. Flames dump it in. Cale Fleury back. Cody Eakin on him. Wenberg shoved down by Milan Lucic. Wenberg along the boards now. Moves it along. Fleury's taken down. They play on. The Kraken try to get it out. Donato will. He's spun down by Lucic. Now Trevor Lewis will feed it all the way back in the Seattle zone. Cale Fleury, Jamie Oleksiak. A pinch by Christopher Tanev. Good work by him along the wall. And it's detected by Oleksiak. He sets up Fleury. Cale Fleury moves it out for Oliver Bjorkstrand. He'll feed it in. And off bounce. Good recovery by Markstrom, the goaltender. Now Tanev. Held in by Seattle's Vince Dunn. Here's Wenberg. Drop off. They set it up. Susie sends it in. Bjorkstrand off the traffic, off Donato out in front. Tight turn by Dunn. He'll take it in. Vince Dunn covering at the point. Bjorkstrand to look it over. Little wrist pass doesn't work for Wenberg. Lucic now pinned along the boards by Bjorkstrand, and the Flames get it out. Cody Eakin needs a change. He'll feed it in. The Kraken change too. 11:35 left. Period 2. Through center, Shane Wright occupied by Stone. Susie for the Kraken. Shouldered down by Dylan Dubé. Kadri off the stick of Eberle. Dunn recovers nicely ahead of Andrew Mangiapane, who picked up an assist, along with Mackenzie Weegar on the Stone goal. Icing is called here.
We saw Susie deliver a big hit earlier in the first. Dubé returns the favor right out there at the red line. Good, solid, clean check right there. You like to see it? Susie enjoys the physical contact. He's willing to take it and dish it out at the same time.
That's right, and now you want to see an answer from the Kraken, right? A little pushback, which is important, albeit in preseason or not in terms of road hockey.
Yeah, you definitely want to see a pushback. You know, you have guys out there blocking shots, taking hits, doing the right thing. It's definitely a push to try to get them to get a little bit more. They're obviously down 2-0 right now, but you need to have a little bit of a pushback.
Here's Shane Wright. 4th overall pick to the outside. Good stick detection by Connor Mackey. Backlund over the line, creating space. Good sweep check by McCann. The Kraken read it well. Here comes Wright. On his side, Jordan Eberle, who has it a give and go. Here's Eberle in front, right off the outside of the post. And a beautiful pass by Shane Wright.
Great give and go between the two of them right here. Coming in at the blue line. Nice little backhand chip. Right back to right, and then Eberle skate to stick right off the bar, up and out. Some real quick chemistry between these two on this nice little play.
Well, we know Jordan has great hands, right? Silky smooth, and Shane Wright, that's a book on him too. But every step like that, you can see him gaining confidence. Milano, point cover up, Hayden right off the blocker of Markstrom. It goes to the boards. Kuhlman all over Weegar. It's a 4-man scrum as we see it up close. They jam along the boards. Ruzicka going down. He's peppered on the play. Maintaining control for the Kraken is Alexander Wenberg, and now Mackenzie Weegar will skate it out with Sonny Milano going wide of Borgen. The play is offside. 10:16 left in the second.
And that's what Seattle needs more of right there, that heavy back check, through the middle. Borgen's able to then jump and try to cut the play off at the blue line, step up, but Kuhlman does a great job getting back, staying with Ruzicka, going through the middle. Again, it's a good play through the neutral zone. It's the little things like that that allow Borgen to step up and be physical at the blue line, causing them to go offside.
Wasn't easy for Will Borgen in year number 1. He sat out for a long time before getting a chance. Trying to stay as ready as possible. He'd only played 14 NHL games. He played over 30 in the second half of last season for the Kraken. Matty Beniers now will clear it in. Tanev in control, forechecked by Jaden Schwartz. Eakin, a tough pass for Hanifin. The Kraken jump on it. Here's Alexiak. He'll take it to the outside, a handoff for a cuff shot fought off by Markstrom a couple of times with Schwartz on the doorstep. Beniers this way for Alexiak. Through the slot, Burakovsky trips one in off Markstrom. Pushed wide by Beniers on the follow-up. Schwartz maintains control. Here's Alexiak for Jaden Schwartz. Play it off the boards. A read by Markstrom. He'll move it. Lucic looks around. He'll flip it out to center. That was a good sequence for the Kraken. Matty Beniers, dead center. He'll crank it up. He'll gain the zone. A shot goes high off a stick. Off Tanev. Hanifin to the outside, read by Cale Fleury. To the slot, intercepted by Dylan Dubé. Move it by Trevor Lewis. Alexiak, a handoff. They cross onside. It's Wenberg. Right in. The centering pass off Tanev, who went down to cut it off. Kadri through center. Great pass. Mangiapane. Great stop by Martin Jones. Now Alexiak had it. He lost it. Play was whistled dead. Batted down with a high stick. 8:45 left in the second period as it heats up inside the Saddle Dome. Well, JT, Jacob Markstrom getting tested here in the second period.
Seattle's definitely put a little bit more offensive pressure in the second period. A good shot out in front. Schwartz is able to try to find the rebound. Again, right out in front. He's square. He's staying strong to all these pucks. He's looking good. This is an opportunity, though, for Seattle. They've looked a lot better in this second period. Look at this play right here. Perfect passing. Give and go. Back to Eberle, but they're getting these opportunities in on Markstrom. They're going to have to find a way to get one past him.
Little doink off the post there. Now it comes in. Play to the outside. Goes by Dubé. Out to center. 8:30 left in the second period. Shots 13-11. Favoring Calgary. Second to last preseason game. We're in Edmonton on Friday night. Comes out to center. Zadorov. Glove down. Carried out to center ice. They play on. Bjorkstrand hooked a bit by Dubé. Ryan Donato goes deep in the zone. Zadorov. Bjorkstrand is all over him. Mangiapane stumbles a bit. Gets a second crack at it. Now Weegar will turn it back in his own zone. Under 8 minutes left in the second period. We got the wave going here at the Saddle Dome. It's a tough building with all the different decks that they have here. Out to center. We'll try and take part two. Now Calgary crosses on a delayed offside. They tag up, so they play on. Vince Dunn drops it off for Riker Evans. Evans D-to-D passing with Dunn. It eludes Eberle. It comes back. This is icing. The start of the Seattle Kraken season right around the corner. If you were not able to watch games last season, your TV provider might not carry Root Sports. To see if your provider will air Seattle Kraken games, go to rootsports.com/channel-finder and enter your zip code and provider name. October 12th, Honda Center. Can't wait. Game 1 of 82 for the regular season. Out to center ice, a giveaway by Wright. His opposite number, Kevin Rooney came back and made the play. Now Eberle, checked by Rooney out of the corner. Connor Mackey now moves it all the way around. Shane Wright for the Kraken. Trying to play it along the boards. Kevin Rooney back out on a line with Backlund, who has it, and Blake Coleman. Good poke check by Riker Evans on Coleman. Evans has it. Skate to stick Eberle. Now Riker Evans. To thread the needle by Connor Mackey. They jam along the boards. It pops out. It was by McCann. Out to the neutral zone. Sonny Milano. Checked. Taken down by Will Borgen. Jared McCann will stretch out the ice for the Kraken. The Flames will jump on it. Anifin through center. Adam Ruzicka off a skate by Milano. Burakovsky on the way back has it. He's taken down in a hard way by Brett Ritchie. Andy Beniers circling back in his own territory. 6:20 left in the second period. Kraken down by 2 here in Calgary. Jaden Schwartz crisscrossing with Burakovsky. Looks around. He'll button hook a bit. Drifted down deep. There's Beniers. He has Oleksiak in front, but it never got through. Burakovsky, Schwartz, Beniers, now Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz out of the corner. Beniers hammers one. Denied by Backstrom. Oleksiak to the side of the goal. Burakovsky in front. Fanned on by Jaden Schwartz. What a chance there. Now Beniers will knock it down. Andy Beniers holding onto it to the goal line off the stick of Burakovsky, who recaptures the puck. Tries to make it happen, but it's broken up by Noah Hanifin. He'll dump it all the way back in the Seattle zone.
You have to like that offensive sequence. They got Calgary running around a little bit. Jaden Schwartz just wasn't able to jam that puck home on that back post.
Boy, you look to the heavens. He had a great chance. Stretch pass finding Donato. Stood up defensively by Uyghur. Lewis, good pass. Cody Eakin off the boards. He'll go deep. He's shouldered by Susie a couple of times. John Hayden finished off by Trevor Lewis. Donato goes deep in Calgary ice. The Flames going down, getting back up. Lucic. Now Uyghur by Hayden. Out through center. Here's Trevor Lewis from well out, no problem for Martin Jones. Vince Dunn out of the corner, gives it away. Kadri backhands one wide. Loose along the boards now. Carson Pullman. It's support. Dylan Dubé. Cross ice pass. Connor Mackey. He'll play it deep. Has a Kadri. Broken up by Carson Soucy. Then Kadri goes hard at him. They jam out of the corner. Battle won by Kadri. But that dangle didn't work. Good play by Carson Soucy. He'll clear it through center. Beat it all the way back down. Icing. Seattle.
Markstrom has had his work cut out for him in the second. This is a really good look from Schwartz, finding Beniers, walking into a one-timer right there, gets him up on that glove shoulder side, and here's the down low play. Burakovsky right to Schwartz on the back post. Right after the play, Schwartz goes right to the other side of the net, gets lost behind. Great sequence from that line.
Now John Hayden trying to get it out, did not. It's carried in here. Kevin Rooney. He'll circle, try the far side. Anifin, a bomb. He scores! Noah Anifin from downtown, just inside the blue line. 3-0, Calgary.
It's going to be a tough one here for Jones. Calgary does a good job getting the motion up top, screen out in front. That's a tough spot when you have the Calgary forward right in front and the defender as well. Good little one-timer there. Jones racks a little bit too late to that, but that's also the screen. You have Coleman out in front, and then you have a moving defenseman and Dunn right in front of in front of your goaltender. That's a tough one to save.
So Noah Hanifin from the blue line. Calgary now with a 3-goal lead. Riker Evans coming back on it, flushed out by Brett Ritchie. He'll take it to the corner. Sonny Milano, 15 in the red, digs it out. Here's Uyghur. He'll play it deep. Milano tried to center one. Good play by Evans. He's tripped up. The Kraken will get a power play out of this. As Riker Evans was taken down, Alex Wenberg will flip it in. Wenberg out of the corner. The trailer is Burakovsky. And with 3:39 left here in the second period, Seattle gets a much-needed power play. So Daryl Sutter will think about that. His team is up by 3.
We never played power play together before, and it's gonna come. I mean, we're confident in ourselves, and we're confident as a power play group that we're gonna find a way to make this a great power play. We have all the tools that we need, and I just think that we need to maybe not think so much, just see what's available and react after that instead of thinking too much. This is what we have to do.
He should bring new life to it. So their first crack at it here in the second period. Sonny Milano in the box for tripping. 3:25 left in the second period. John, JT, and Piper with you tonight. Supported by our great crew. The Kraken down by 3. 2 goals scored by Calgary in the second period. Stone is third of preseason. Hanifin is first. Dunn goes across. Here's Beniers. Matty Beniers off a stick off Backlund. Captured by Dunn. Beniers to the goal line. Wenberg. He'll take it to the outside of Noah Hanifin. Matty Beniers. Now center point Dunn. Here's Burakovsky off Backlund. Captured by Beniers out of the corner. Down the bumper slot, Bjorkstrand. Burakovsky with a shot at Sisler high off the glass. You see it come all the way back in the Seattle zone.
Seattle is moving the puck around well. They're trying to find those seam passes. You can see that every attempt that they get a little bit more comfortable. You heard the sound bite. They have what it takes here. They just have to figure out exactly what's going on. Less thinking and go for it.
Schwartz will drop it off. Jordan Eberle sets up Burakovsky. He'll move it in. Eberle out of the corner. Checked by Uyghur. Lewis is there for Calgary. Burakovsky from the half boards takes it in. Eberle moves it out. Shane Wright with a shot fought off by Markstrom. Zone kept by Carson Soucy. At his side, Burakovsky. To the line, Eberle. Burakovsky up top, Soucy. Wristing one, tipped off the pad of Markstrom. Good tip by Jaden Schwartz. And it comes all the way back down. Kraken down to 18 seconds on the power play as we see. Under 2 minutes left in the second period. 3-0 Flames. Here's Schwartz all the way across for Shane Wright and Eberle. Mangiapane will get there and kill time. Soucy back on it. Milano's up and ready. He's back. Calgary kills it off. He goes through center. Here's Ryan Donato. He'll move it by Stone. Dubé swings it out. Milano. Ritchie for the front. Sonny Milano spins himself down. He's marked defensively by Riker Evans. It's cleared all the way around. Ruzicka will get to it on a change. Hanifin will dust it off. He'll take it wide. Wrist one. Off the pad of Jones. Now Tanev. Christopher Tanev takes it in. Stood up by Ryan Donato. We approach the 19-minute mark here in the second period. Ritchie with a shot. Good stop by Martin Jones, and Carson Kuhlman skates out with it. He'll play it deep in the Calgary end. John Hayden on Ruzicka, who's a big body presence. Ruzicka now moves it out. 6'4", 220. Now comes all the way back in Alexiak, who's 6'7". A jam up with Lucic and then Ruzicka. Getting to it, Carson Kuhlman for the Kraken. 33 seconds left in the second period. Icing is called here.
Seattle's power play was able to get one good opportunity here. Puck's just moving right back up top. I think you'd like to see Soucy one-time that on his strong side, but he does get the wrist shot through, which is most important. You have a tip out in front by Jaden Schwartz. Again, that half second, I think, when you one-time it versus stopping it and taking that wrist shot allows Markstrom to get a little bit more set. You got to try to catch him while he's moving.
Set play. Lucic off a stick coming off Carson Kuhlman. 24 seconds left in period 2. A steal, John Hayden. He'll step in, a backhander, no problem for Markstrom. Out of the corner now, Donato. He'll move it. Milan Lucic with a dozen clicks remaining here in the second period. Shots are 16 Calgary, 15 taken by the Kraken. Zadorov back out. Lucic moving it by Cale Fleury. 2 seconds on the clock, and that's all. 2 in the books here at the Saddle Dome, and 2 goals scored by Calgary in the second period. A power play goal by Michael Stone and a long bomb from Noah Hanifin. So the Kraken in preseason game number 5 obviously have some work to do here in Cowtown. 3-0 Calgary after 40. Period 3 awaits us all here in Calgary. Flames with a 3-0 lead. The start of Seattle Kraken season is right around the corner. If you were not able to watch games last season, your TV provider might not carry Root Sports. To see if your provider will air Seattle Kraken games, go to rootsports.com/channel-finder and enter your zip code and provider name. John Forsland, JT Brown, Piper Shaw back with you inside the Saddle Dome, where Morgan Geekie was injured on this unfortunate play.
Just crossing through the middle. Ruzicka comes through with the hit on Geekie, doesn't see it coming. You can see on his face they're clearly in pain, trying to hobble his way back to the bench. Has not returned since.
Calgary scored once in the first period, twice in the second period, once on the power play. Goal by Michael Stone, his third of preseason. Calgary has dominated the faceoffs tonight, as you see. In terms of hits, it's pretty close. Kraken have done a nice job with 9 blocks in front of Martin Jones in goal tonight. So, JT, the wins have been nice, right? Now you're down by 3, and really preseason, no matter who's playing or what the score is, it's about how you play. So how do they play in this third period?
Well, they have to keep fighting. There's no give up. This team didn't give up in any games last year, so I don't expect that to happen here. There's still a lot to gain from these final 20 minutes here in Calgary. Whether you can work on face-off plays, you can work on your timing within the power play or a penalty kill, depending upon if there's any penalties called. Looking at the systems and getting yourself comfortable so that when it comes time to play that first game in Anaheim, you are 100% ready and you feel confident within the systems.
And good news, Morgan Geekie on the Kraken bench. That's why we were not given an update. There was a chance. You say there's a chance, there's a chance. Good for him. Excellent young player for Dave Haxtell, who's had a very good training camp. Morgan Geekie certainly has. He scored a beautiful shorthanded goal. The opening game of preseason, the team they beat that night at Climate Pledge Arena. They will see the final rehearsal for year number 2 for the Seattle Kraken will be Friday night from Edmonton. You can join us right here on Kong starting at 6 p.m. As we'll see the Oilers for the second time. We kick off period number 3. Kraken down by 3. Matty Beniers out of the corner. Dylan Dubé with a steal for Calgary. Walked out to center by Andre Burakovsky. His dump-in finds the protective netting, and we get a stoppage of play. Face-off will come back to center ice because of that. Beniers, Burakovsky, and Jaden Schwartz, the forward line here for Dave Haxtell and the Kraken. As Vince Dunn and Carson Soucy on the back end. To kick off the third period, the puck eludes the stick of Martin Jones. Burakovsky now carried out by Beniers. They'll lay it along by Schwartz all the way back in. Swept along by Markstrom, and on the way through, a tripping call is made. 32 seconds gone in this third period. Seattle to the power play.
Calgary 55, 2 minutes for tripping.
Well, Beniers is going to make a pass in the neutral zone over to Schwartz. Try to jump around Hanifin. The stick gets caught in Beniers' skate. Goes down. A good opportunity, though, for Seattle, again, to work on the power play and get themselves back in the game.
Popping out Burakovsky. His shot goes off a stick wide off Zadorov. Beniers now for Dunn. Around the clock they go. Andre Burakovsky deals it back, encumbering Dunn. And a shorthanded breakout 2-on-1. Backlund with Rooney. A shot stopped by Jones. The rebound. Rooney stopped again by Jones. So Michael Backlund with the first chance, then Kevin Rooney.
Back-to-back saves in close for Jones. Backlund tries to get it on that blocker side, hugging the post tightly. Second save right out in front, though. Rooney pucks in his skates, able to find that right out in front. Jones, though, again, able to make that save.
Seattle outshot Calgary 11-7 in the second period. Good job by Martin Jones staying square to it. We can speculate that Philip Grubauer is likely to play the final tune-up on Friday night. Now Soucy out to center. It's dumped ahead. Markstrom out to get it. He'll reverse it. Trevor Lewis, good play to pop it out. Michael Stone will clear it all the way down to Martin Jones to kill time. $1:15 left on Seattle's second power play of the night. Nice look there at Carson Soucy. Wheel it back for Jaden Schwartz. A great chance in the second period. Jordan Eberle. Al McCann looking for Eberle. He'll further the puck all the way back. The rookie Shane Wright. Schwartz fielded momentarily by Soucy, and that's a hand pass. That'll stop play. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the third period.
power play struggling right now to get set up. The pucks are just staying along the wall. Calgary's allowed to push that pressure. When they see backs turn, pucks are on that yellow plate along the wall. That's a pressure point they want to go.
Right.
Seattle's going to have to either A, get the puck off the wall by passes through the middle using that bumper, or just making sure you make quicker plays so they don't have time.
See, the Kraken had 2 shots with their first chance on the power play. Bjorkstrand wheeled out. Connor Mackey trying to earn a spot on this team. A man who played his college hockey at Minnesota State. Now, Vince Dunn quarterbacking his way out. 29 seconds on the Kraken power play. Burakovsky supported by Beniers. He gets it back. Andre Burakovsky. Beniers pops it. Here's Dunn around the horn for Wenberg. He'll send it back for Vince Dunn and get it back. Wenberg sends it across. Beniers. He scores. Matty Beniers gets a beautiful seam pass. It's a power play goal, and the Kraken are on the board.
Seattle this time was able to get the puck off the wall. That's how you're able to have timing. Calgary cannot push the pace and try to basically cut off all the passes along the wall. You get it off. Dunn makes a great read over, but it's this great finishing pass from Wenberg across. He's going to see eyes up the whole time. Matty finds that lane perfectly. Little spin around after the one-timer opportunity, but a great feed across. Markstrom's just not able to get hugging the post just enough. You can sneak that puck through, but it's that passing crosswing. You get that cross seam look. It's going to be a good opportunity for Beniers to take a good one-timer at it.
The 19-year-old rookie, as Jones says no to that bid from Ritchie. The 19-year-old rookie gets his 3rd goal of the preseason. This one on the power play from Alex Wenberg and Vince Dunn at 2:22. Cale Fleury tied up. It pops out of the scrum. The Flames on it. Ruzicka will take it back. The young Slovak sends it in for Brett Ritchie. Ritchie is hampered by Cale Fleury. A read by Oleksiak. The Kraken are out to center. This is Jordan Eberle. Now, Ryan Donato, Shane Wright will go to the corner. Move it along for Eberle. Nice read by Ruzicka on the way back. He's tugged a bit by Eberle. He'll get it out to center. There's Mangiapane. Little bump by Riker Evans on him. Ryan Donato coming back for Seattle. Forechecked by Nazem Kadri. To the point, Mackey, a spinner tipped wide by Kadri. A pinch by Stone. Good force. Mangiapane. Kadri holding on to it. He'll cycle high, diagonally across for Mackey. He'll dance at the point. Lay it in off a couple of sticks. Geekie takes it back for the Kraken. Awaiting is Donato on the wall. Taken down by Andrew Mangiapane. Flames are on it in the person of Kadri. Nazem Kadri. Good defense by Riker Evans. Dylan Dubé for Calgary. Hampered by John Hayden. He'll get it out. He's all the way back in the Flame zone. Michael Stone finished off by Morgan Geekie. 4 minutes gone in this 3rd period. 3-1 Calgary. Susie moving it off a stick. Out to center ice. Michael Backlund. Now Coleman. Backlund. Coleman taken down. They play on. Backlund shielding away from Dunn. Rooney on a change, a backhander stopped twice by Martin Jones. Now McCann turns it over to Rooney. Rooney, back it goes for Tanev. His shot blocked by Geekie. And he'll get it out at the end of his shift. It comes all the way back for Noah Hannafin, who has scored tonight. Good look at him. Now Christopher Tanev for Blake Coleman. He'll play it off the curved glass in front of Philip Grubauer. That'll stop play.
Get an ISO look at Beniers here. You see how he's moving up and down. He has to be able to find that lane to get that pass over to him for the one-timer. This is a shot he works on all the time in practice too. He knows where he's going to be on the power play, where that passes should be coming from, and he's able to finish it off.
He is tireless as he stays out. Good young player. This is a tough league. You know that. No matter what kind of resume you have, this league can humble any player. There are a few, and it did not, but we stress a few. Now it's cleared in. We will probably see a couple of those on Friday night. McDavid and Draisaitl. Good tip by Cody Eakin. A penalty upcoming here against Seattle. I'm sorry, it's against Calgary. Jones recognizes that now. He heads off with Seattle in possession. It was out of the skirmish out in front. So the Kraken should get another power play. Eberle through the middle as they touch up. They being Calgary, they get possession. And the Kraken now a man up again.
Calgary, number 50, minor penalty, high sticking.
Right out in front there, you see Fleury engage with Eakin. Stick is going to come up high, tap him right there on the chin. Easy call for the official standing right in front of it.
Third power play for Seattle. Well, they made a comeback in Vancouver. You get one here. A whole new ball game off the draw. Wenberg forces one wide. Beniers gives chase. The Flames jump on it. Good play by Noah Hannafin to get it out. Vince Dunn comes all the way back. It's Dunn, Beniers, Burakovsky, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and Alex Wenberg on this power play. Burakovsky with a head of steam. They're onside. His shot easily detected by Markstrom. Not out. Good keep by Bjorkstrand. He'll whip it across. Burakovsky needs a new twig. He gets it from the bench. Now Rooney will stutter step his way in, and he's shouldered by Wenberg. Supported by Dunn, who tries to pry it out as we see it up close. Rooney, smart to keep it there and kill time. It's kicked by Wenberg. Now he'll start a breakout. Alex Wenberg threaded a beautiful pass on the power play goal, just scored by Matty Beniers. He can't get out though. The Flames take over possession, and Zadorov will clear it in on Jones. Seattle changes. 50 seconds left in the manpower advantage. Nice look at Carson Soucy, who sends it back for Jordan Eberle. He'll carry through center. Now Schwartz hits the line. Here's Wright. Shane Wright broken up. Cleared out by Mackenzie Weegar. Martin Jones now directing traffic. Eberle awaits. 30 seconds on the manpower advantage. Shane Wright gave it away, and it's cleared in by Andrew Mangiapane. 23 seconds left in this power play. 12:55 left in regulation time. Kraken down by a deuce. Here comes Schwartz. He'll move it off the window. It's a self pass. He'll feed it by the driftwood to the corner. It was by the wood again, or the composite, whatever it is. Now Mackey off the glass. He'll kill the rest of it. Cody Eakin up and ready. His high-sticking minor is over. He's back. 12:33 left in the third. Calgary maintains a two-goal cushion. Vince Dunn. Breakout pass for Kuhlman, then he gets it back through center. It skitters all the way back in the Calgary zone. This is icing. Morgan Geekie gutting his way through the game. Looked very serious.
We can always tell, you look at the face when those things happen. You can kind of gauge on how serious or how it might be. Again, limping off the ice like that. But again, that just shows a little bit of toughness, a little grit, but that desire to just keep going out there. Obviously, he's able to play through whatever happened to him.
Kraken fans holding their collective breath tonight a couple of times. Beniers was stunned by a shot. And the first goal scored by Tannen. He's played through it in the situation involving Geekie. Just about 8 minutes gone in the third period. Hannafin from the point. Out in front of Chip. They score! No, they don't. Jones covers up. It looked like it went in. Adam Ruzicka, the red light never came on. We'll take a look as we go to break, so possibly off the post. We'll see here. As Adam Ruzicka had a great chance, staked out in the slot. Hannafin from the point. Floats one off the stick, right off the bar. And a good bounce for Martin Jones.
Well, Matty Beniers breaks the ice for the Kraken, making it 3-1 Flames in third period. And here's a Kraken, Flames, and Blue Jackets connection. Former Calgary Flames star Johnny Gaudreau signed with Columbus in the offseason just a few days before Seattle acquired Oliver Bjorkstrand in a trade with Columbus. So with Bjorkstrand moving to Seattle, he actually sold his house in Columbus to Johnny Gaudreau. Oliver said, of course, he very much enjoyed his time in Columbus, but at least he didn't have to worry about real estate too much on that end in terms of making the move to the Kraken.
No, Piper, you're right. Price point athlete to athlete, it works, right?
Hope he paid full price. Sellers might.
Maybe he got a deal. I don't know. So the Kraken dodge a bit of a bullet, as we saw on the way to break. That tip by Adam Ruzicka right off the crossbar. Bjorkstrand will walk in. Was off the stick of Tanev out in front. I thought possibly hit the back bar. Sometimes they can do that and come right out. Dubé now over the line with a shot fought off, hung on to by Martin Jones.
I'm with you though, John. From up here, it did look like it was in. You're going to see it goes right off the post, off the back of Jones, but then it goes into the path.
Yeah.
So you can't find it. Couldn't quite see it. A good tip out in front. Exposes the blade, is able to get a nice tip. Again, that's a tough save for a goaltender, being that close, right in the hash mark lane, tipped high like that. But again, you get a lucky save off the post.
You know, JT, I have new specs on the way. They're not in yet. So these are going somewhere else in a few days. They're due this week, but we're gone all week. That one ricochets across. We'll see how those work. Now along the boards, out of the corner, Cale Fleury. Eberle cut off by Milan Lucic. He'll sing it in for Eakin in front. It's Lewis. The pass though in his skates. Cody Eakin gets it back. Zadorov tipped wide by Lucic. Lewis comes across, moves it in for Lucic by him. Here's Zadorov looking for a tip, none available. Good play by Oleksiak out in front. Mackenzie Weegar gets to it. He'll drift it in. 10:35 left in this third period. 3-1 Calgary. Blake Coleman from Plano, Texas with a shot. He scores. That one in. Short side. It leaks through Martin Jones. And it's 4-1 Calgary.
Seattle couldn't clear the zone. Blake Coleman's going to get this puck around. It's a short angle chance, just not squeezed enough against that post. Coleman's able to find it in, but Seattle had a tough time getting out of the zone. They had possession of the puck, throw it to the middle, ends up on Calgary's stick, and it ends up in the back of the net.
Blake Coleman had a good season. Signed as a free agent. Part of a great third line for a cup-winning team. 2 in a row, Tampa Bay. Yanni Gord, Barclay Goodrow, Blake Coleman. Coleman had 16 goals, 33 points last season. Fanned on chance by Schwartz out in front. Now Susie with a bomb, fought off by Markstrom. It kicks around. Rooney tries to get it out. Good play by Beniers, but it trickles off a stick. And it comes out to the center zone halfway through this third period. 4-1 Calgary. Now Dunn to the outside, flipped along by Jaden Schwartz. Burakovsky, Beniers, a dangle, shoveled high. Beautiful move by Matty Beniers. 9 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in this third period, and Beniers continues to shine brightly in the preseason. What a dangle here, and a chance grazing Markstrom and out. Do it now. That's where we enter and leave beautiful Climate Pledge Arena, JT and I. Edzo. Suite level, beautiful suites. Don't be afraid to say hello if you recognize us, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now Wenberg along the boards. Maybe they do, and they just say, see you later. Now, McCann in back of the goal. Moves it up top. Morgan with a shot. No tip for Wenberg. Here's Riker Evans. Alex Wenberg cracking down by 3. Late stages. Scotiabank Saddledome here in Calgary. 9-10. Left in the third period, second to last preseason game. McCann. One-timer Borgen stopped by Markstrom. A heavy shot by Will Borgen, who traps the zone, sends it in. Markstrom reads it, moves it by Wenberg, and it's steered out by Adam Ruzicka all the way back. Riker Evans moves it up ice quickly. He'll change now. Christopher Tanev started the scoring tonight. Dylan Dubé scampers in. Now Kadri out in front off the defensive stick of Morgan Geekie. Carson Kuhlman with his back to the play for Seattle. Mangiapane from both knees goes deep. Kadri sealed off. Good play Moving back was Cale Fleury on him. And now John Hayden back out to center. They gain the red line. And carrying into late offside. Calgary in control. Seattle tags up. They play on. Just about 12 minutes gone in this third period. Kadri cuts to the outside of Fleury. It's help from Schwartz, who plays it to the boards. There's Geekie. He'll pop it out. Michael Stone knocks it down. Lewis plays it off the boards. Here's Milan Lucic with a shoot in. Beniers will kick it to his stick. He's crunched there a bit by Cody Eakin. Out of that puck battle, Matty Beniers has control. He'll move it, Burakovsky. Cross ice, but a read by Mackey. Off Beniers, captured, and played along by Schwartz. Beniers now stops on a dime. Good pass for Dunn. Good play to steal the puck that time by Trevor Lewis. Here comes Milan Lucic. He'll storm in with Dunn, and it's covered up by Jones. No further play.
Great hustle here from Dunn to get back on this play. He did a good job jumping up, trying to find that offense in the slot. Lucic just trying to get a little bit of a head of steam there, but Dunn gets back just out in time. Nothing there on the play for Jones. A quick, easy freeze for him.
Michael Backlund will cross sticks here with Ryan Donato. Win it back, does Backlund. Uyghur walks the line. Lays it to the outside for Coleman. His shot tipped wide by Kevin Rooney out in front. Zadorov moves it to the corner, Borgen's corner for Seattle. Out of that scrum, Will Borgen for Jordan Eberle. Eberle now turns, spins it off the boards for Donato. Here come the Kraken. Donato looking for Shane Wright, who gets to it. And it's broken up. The Flames will circle back. Rooney out to center. Donato. Wright gets onside. Cross corner dump in. Under 7 left here in the third period. Zadorov floats it out. Donato steals it. Sets up Eberle with Wright, who has it now. He tried to return the favor, and it's broken up. Kevin Rooney skates out. Finished off hard by Cale Fleury. Oleksiak. His opposite number. Ritchie on him. Fleury tied up. A steal. To the point. Hannafin off a body. Off Jones. One off Sonny Milano in front. Here's Wenberg. Through the center ice zone. Good play by Hannafin to break it up. Noah Hannafin gets it back. 6:15 left in this third period. Oleksiak backtracking for the Kraken. Susi will kick it to his stick. Mangiapane wheels it back out. Bjorkstrand to the center zone. The Kraken now regroup. Calgary's changing. Dunn pastured by Kadri. Here's Oliver Bjorkstrand over the line going wide with McCann. Tough angle. Was off the glass by Susi. No icing here. Comes all the way back. Dunn's on it. He'll get to it. A steal by Mangiapane. Under 6 minutes left. A jockey for a loose puck. He kicks around Kadri. Nazem Kadri kicked along by Wenberg for Bjorkstrand, and he'll get it out. Wenberg with Carson Kuhlman. Wenberg sets up Kuhlman to the slot. Borgen's right in. Out in front. Kicked out by Markstrom with Hayden on the doorstep. Trevor Lewis out through center off the stick of Dylan Dubé. At the line, brought in by Lewis. A cut. He's taken down by Borgen. 15 minutes gone in this third period. Long pass by Geekie in on goal. A freeze and a move by Markstrom. Eakin now to the outside. Trevor Lewis. Calgary on the march. He'll dump it in. Jones takes a peek at Lucic, who comes storming in. Milan Lucic to the point man. It eludes Mackenzie Uyghur, and it comes back to Markstrom. Calgary now restarts through center. Oleksiak moved across by Beniers. Icing is called here.
Even in that play right there, I know they want to stretch it out to Beniers to get going, but he's by himself at the far blue line. He doesn't really have that support. You'd like to see him sometimes come back, get a little bit closer, and that way you have a little bit more speed as well. Because Beniers is standing flat-footed at the far blue line. All he can do is do a chip in, but that's going right back to Calgary. So those are just little things that they continue to work on, not only for the last 4.5 minutes, but into the next game too.
Hanifin now, screenshot wide, looking for a tip. Christopher Tanev all the way around. 4:19 left, 4-1. Calgary. Good read by Coleman, but it's picked up by Beniers. He'll swing it out. Goes by Burakovsky. Hanifin defends. Gets help from Tanev, his partner, and the Flames get it out. Oleksiak back in his own zone. Michael Backlund is all over him. Burakovsky will gain center. Now the blue. Here's Schwartz with a button hook. Soucy shifting in. Carson Soucy, a centering pass broken up by Mackey. He was looking for Burakovsky. 3:40 left. Beniers sets up Dunn. Vince Dunn, Matty Beniers has a goal tonight for the Kraken, his third of preseason. Burakovsky now sends it back for Soucy. Turning stick of Vince Dunn. A shoot-in off the glass a couple of times. Golfed by Michael Stone, not out, cut off by Donato. Ruzicka has it. Adam Ruzicka, hacked at by Everly. He'll gain the zone, and he's shouldered by Borgen. And it's frozen by Martin Jones. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in this third period. Calgary 4, Seattle 1 as we go down the stretch. Season opener in Anaheim, October 12th. We'll kick it off with full-on pregame coverage on Root Sports. Next night, be in Los Angeles from Crypto.com Arena. Eddie Olczyk will be checking in for that game Thursday night. First game of the regular season for Edzo. I'm sure is locked in again as always. Somewhere in the continental U.S. as we said the other night. Kadri now cuts in. Dogged on the way back by Carson Kuhlman. The home opener will be on October 15th at beautiful Climate Pledge Arena. The Vegas Golden Knights in town. Delayed penalty here against the Kraken. Markstrom to the bench. Dubé advances, circles the wagons with it. Sets up Cody Eakin for a shot kicked out by Jones. And Calgary will go to the power play.
It'll be Riker's second penalty. He's defending Kadri there, but again, just a little bit too much. You see the stick get a little bit too much in there. He gets the tripping call, holding call, one way or another. I think they said holding, tripping. One way or another, he's still got 2 minutes in the box.
That's all that matters. So a chance to practice the kill for Dave Hackstall's team. Power play practice for Calgary. And Daryl Sutter will send out role players, not his top-end guys. He sends out Eakin, Trevor Lewis, Milan Lucic in a 4-1 game late. It's a classy move, really. They could pour it on and at least try to, but a penalty is called here against Calgary. Delayed whistle. Oleksiak will draw it back. 2:15 on the clock. Wenberg given a shove by Lucic, who touches up. We'll get to 4-on-4.
Well, this one I know is a trip. Eakin right here gets the stick. Can open right up and on Wenberg right there. Easy call right out in the middle. I was 100% sure that one was a trip this time.
And I would concur with the old specs. Okay?
Thank you.
New specs are coming. You'll always look great, though. JT, no question. Anyway, Kraken will spend 3 days in Alberta. An opportunity to have a day off, some team bonding, good practices on Wednesday and Thursday. The game in Edmonton on Friday. There's still some decisions on the horizon here. And then they'll get down to their group. Maximum roster limit is 23 players. New center now. 1:48 left in this third period. Dunn taken down, so the Kraken now will go to the power play with a $1:45 left.
Well, that's 3 quick penalties. Late in the third period, Dunn makes a good move to the outside. Coleman's going to go take 2 minutes in the box.
Calgary number 20, minor penalty tripping.
For tripping.
It's Carter Sandlak, young referee. Was drafted by the Carolina organization as a player. Retired, obviously. He's gone into his work here. His dad played a long time in the NHL, Jim Sandlak. known to his teammates as the House. He was a big guy, JT.
They make tiny houses these days. So.
They do, but this is, like a compliment. It's a big house. Okay, 1:43 left. Kraken on the power play, 4-on-3. Beniers has the only Kraken strike tonight on the power play. Beniers, Burakovsky to the goal line. McCann looking for Bjorkstrand. Rolled all the way around, 1:25 left. Burakovsky. Beniers walks it. Burakovsky gets it. Shoots it wide. And it careens, as we see, all the way back in the Kraken zone. Calgary changing the penalty killers. 70 seconds left here at the Saddle Dome. Beniers now through center. We'll be back on Con Friday night from Edmonton starting at 6. Bjorkstrand. Burakovsky now. That'll be the final rehearsal preseason. Burakovsky. Beniers. Bjorkstrand, a wedge caught by Markstrom. No further play. The most dedicated Kraken fans are part of the Depths, the official fan membership program. Sign up and get access to monthly sweepstakes, exclusive content, invitations to private events, live streams, and so much more. Click the QR or go to nhl.com/Kraken to sign up. Faceoff is flung out to center with 50 seconds left. Goes all the way across. Will be at Rogers Place in Edmonton Friday night. Shane Wright in front. They connect the dots. Eberle off Markstrom. He'll cover up again. 35.7 seconds left.
In that situation, too, I was looking at it right. I think he can shoot that puck. I know he's trying to go to the back door and make the perfect play, but you have the numbers advantage. You want to be able to get that shot off, especially when you have an opportunity on the power play with a lane against a guy like Markstrom. It's going to be hard to get through.
And that's the learning curve for him as an 18-year-old at this level, now done. Holding on to it. 27 seconds left. Wenberg done. Shane Wright. Here's Wenberg, now done. Wenberg, good stick by Backlund. It's in play. Donato getting help. Eberle, 13 seconds left. It eludes Wenberg. 9 seconds on the clock, done. Shane Wright going down for Donato. 3 seconds left. There's a chance. Markstrom says no on Shane Wright. And it comes out to center. The horn goes. They ignite the flames, and Calgary has a 4-1 win.
When you look at the score, obviously 4-1, not great for Seattle, but there's still time. There's still things they're learning. They're trying to improve. You got to like a lot of the grade A quality chances they got. Again, it just wasn't their night to get it past Markstrom, but again, they still did a lot of good things within this game.
The Kraken will close out preseason Friday night from Edmonton, Alberta. Kraken and Oilers kick off 6 p.m. on Con. So the final here, a divisional matchup. They split 2 preseason games with Calgary. This one goes to the Flames by a count of 4-1. For JT Brown, Piper Shaw, and our great crew, this is John Forsland. Calgary 4, Seattle 1, and good night from Calgary, Alberta.